Hello, 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 family, friends, loved one. Thank you guys for tuning into Code Black. My name is Nikhil Younglove. So, I would like to start out with this particular story, you guys. As you guys can see on the screen, a veteran died in police custody. His body was returned to his family with some organs missing. And so, I thought this was very, very strange. And it's not like we've heard this, but we have not heard this before. But I did want to go over this because I did do some research on this particular topic. And so I wanted to make sure I went over this with you guys. But before I start, I would also like to acknowledge any new viewers. If you are a new viewer and you are viewing my channel for the first time, I thank you and I also extend the invite for you to subscribe and become a part of the family. Also, like this video. If you are a returning viewer, thank you guys. I love you guys. You know that I love creating this content for you guys, and I ask that you guys continue to support and come back. And also, you guys do not forget to like, share, follow, subscribe to my channel. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in. So, as you guys can see, this is a CNN. This is the cover article of the CNN cover article. And I thought this was very interesting because we've heard these stories before of people who have come up missing with their organs missing. And so I wanted to talk about this. Now, this story, this particular portion of the story came out June the 7th of this year, so not too long ago. And so I'm going to start off by reading the first little paragraph, maybe the first couple of paragraphs, and then we're going to kind of jump into um, some more of this story because you guys, from my research, like it's crazy. So, 2 days before he died, his name is Everett Palmer Jr. He called his brother Dwayne to tell him he was on his way from Delaware to New York to visit him and their sick mother. But first, he said he wanted to resolve an outstanding DUI warrant from an incident back in 2016 in Pennsylvania to make sure his license was valid for the drive to see his family. The phone call was the phone call was the last time the family would hear from the 41-year-old U.S. Army veteran and father of two. On April 9th of 2018, 2 days later, the family was told that Palmer had died in police custody at the York County Prison. 14 months later, the Palmers say they still don't know what really happened, but are suspicious because when Palmer's body was returned to them, his throat, heart, and brain were missing. This entire case smacks of a cover. I think they meant to write speaks of a cover up. Civil rights attorney Lee Merritt told CNN by phone. Now, if you guys do not know who Lee Merritt is, he is an up and coming high profile lawyer. He's represented many cases where Black people were harmed by police or even killed or murdered. And so he, is well known in handling cases such as this. So it goes on to say that the family hired Merritt to help them find answers because so far they have been unable to get them on their own, say. Merritt says prison and county officials have not been cooperative with providing official manner of death. Okay. But York County coroner's Pam Gay said those organs were actually retained as part of a forensic autopsy for additional testing. Now, I'm not going to read the entire article, but it goes on to talk about how, an autopsy can be requested, and they do not need the permission of family to request an autopsy. So basically, to cut a person open and take out their organs, they don't need permission. But it has to be in situations where death is deemed suspicious or death has been deemed, there's something not right about how a person died. and they can, just request that the person goes under request for an autopsy on the person, and they do not have to ask permission of the family. They don't even have to notify the family, which I think should be changed, because the least they could do is notify the family that an autopsy was done or need to be done, so that the family can be aware of that, and they're not expecting for, the body to come back with all of its organs. Now, this kind of sparked a lot of talks within Black society, because we know that a lot of bodies come up missing without the organs. And I did do some research on organ harvesting, and people who have had their organs missing here in the States. And I found it very interesting that these people, particularly most to all, like 99.9% of the people here in the US and abroad who come up with their organs missing are either Black or have Black people's skin. Like, they are dark brown to very, very dark colored people. And for those of you guys who do not know, let me pull up. This is another picture of Everett Palmer, and I wanted to kind of show you guys some more people whose organs have come up missing before I dive into some of the details about organ harvesting, and people having the organs cut out of them in their them being killed. But Kendrick Johnson is an 18-year-old who was found dead, rolled up inside of his mat. Now, his family had three different autopsies done on his body. The first one showed that he died of, like, suffocation, right, from being inside the mat. The second one showed, well, everyone knew when that one came out, the entire world knew that that just was not correct, because his face was so beat up. It looked like somebody had beat him. I mean, his face was so swollen. It looked like he had, I don't know if you guys have seen someone who has drowned, but his face was so destroyed, just his head. And they knew that something was not right. Like, that just didn't happen from suffocation. And so, of course, the family had a private company do an autopsy, and they found blunt trauma to his head, which, suggests that he had been busted in the top of his head and knocked out. And so, but he's another one. He's 18. As you guys can see, he is a Black man, a Black teen. And this happened at his school, by the way. So he was found rolled up inside of a mat inside of his school in the gym. And everyone claims to not know anything about how he could have gotten in there. The first story that came out, they say he was his shoe or something fell inside the mat. The mat was standing rolled up, but standing straight up. And he went to try to grab a shoe and fell inside the mat and could not get out. And they say he suffocated. But we know that that's not true, because, of course, other autopsies were done to prove that it was some type of blunt trauma that happened to his head. Another person is Sedaria Davis, and she was 15 years old. She was found in an abandoned building last year. Her fingers were cut off, and she also had missing organs. Okay, the next person was this model, Ryan Singleton. He was 24 years old. He was found dead in a Las Vegas desert, and his organs were also missing. Now, I did some research on melanin. I did some research on different things that are sold on the Black market. So you guys can see on your screen where it starts with the carniers, and those are worth $19,800. The skeletal is worth $6,600. Now, this is all on the Black market, you guys. So it is illegal to sell organs in the United States and in most other countries. But on the Black market, it is a $1 billion business. Okay, you guys, $1 billion business. but the lungs go for $272,000. Okay. The kidneys go for $138,700. The liver goes for $137,000. Blood goes for $630 a paint. Skin goes for $1.24 a centimeter. And then the bones and ligaments go for $4,800. Now, it did not mention the heart, but the heart goes for much more, obviously. Now, the picture that you see to the right of the screen is melanin. And as you guys can see, melanin is something that is only found in people in things of color. So, black people, people who are brown, we have melanin in our skin. And we, as Black people, we have the highest amounts and the highest traces of melanin. And this is one of the reasons why so many of us, those who are Black and who have skin the color of ours, so you can go to other parts of the world, in other countries like India, and places like that, where the people are brown to dark skinned people, and they come up missing a lot as well. Clearly we hear stories about Africa and Haiti and many other countries where the people are Black or African, uh, and they come up missing. The organs are missing, and so melanin is back in 2018-17. It was worth $353 per gram. So as you guys can see with this chart, melanin is worth more than gold. Melanin is worth more than platinum. Platinum, according to this particular chart, is 58.33 a gram. Gold is $53 a gram. Okay. And so now in the year 2019, melanin is worth $428 a gram. So so $380 more than gold. Okay. Now, why am I, bringing all of this up? I thought it was very interesting because, when if you go to Google right now and type in people missing organs, you'll find a bunch of Black and brown people. Okay, mostly Black people. And don't even look outside of the US. I mean, if you look outside of the US, the people are straight up Black. And, usually coming from either Africa, India, even in Haiti. And so I found that to be quite interesting how here in the States, when, Black people, we voice our concerns about, missing organs, or about how a coroner's office can ask for an autopsy to be done without permission and then send the body back to the family with the organs missing. How does the family know that they actually did what they said they were going to do with organs, when we know for a fact that people every day, people are fighting to get on donor list, to have, the top thing on a donor's list is kidneys. There are so many people who need kidneys. And as you guys can see on the screen, kidneys are worth $138,700. And that's on the black market. That's if you buy them illegally. And what a lot of people do is purchase them, and they have to go overseas to some country that allows the selling of black market body parts. Okay, so it's not far-fetched for a family to seek answers about why the organs are missing and why they were not told and informed that that's what they did. And then it's like, well, they try to play like, oh, well, you guys are just overreacting. No, we're not. You got black people all over the United States, really young, by the way, healthy black people that come up missing every day. Let me tell you something. The reason why there are no laws put in place to keep the coroner's office from at least notifying families that they have to do autopsy and then the body parts coming up missing. The reason why is because it only happens to black people, or it only happens to people who are black or look like black people, have our skin color. That's why. If white people was coming up missing with the organs missing all the time, left and right, every time you look up, I guarantee you there would be a law in place saying that the family must be asked, they must have consent and then told. Because it makes no, if the person has already passed away. I mean, I know they try to solve, these crimes as fast as possible, but it takes but one phone call to say, "Hey, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna have to remove these organs. We're gonna keep these organs for investigation," or whatever it is that they do, instead of just sending the body back without the organs. Because this family has every right to be mad and every right to hire a lawyer to see where these organs went. And then when we black people, the black community, we're asking these questions, they try to make it seem like, what are you talking about? When they know damn well we are the only people who is affected by our organs coming up missing. You don't find white people all over the place cut up with their organs missing. You don't find no other group of people who are light, who have very, very little melanin in their bodies. And by the way, you guys, melanin, according to my research, can melanin is found in our skin. It can be found in our hair, our nails, all over, but it's found in large traces in our organs. And one of the easiest ways to extract melanin is from the organs. It's very hard to extract it from the skin because the skin is just, it's just a layer there. So it's easier to extract it from the organs. And so what a lot of people do is, they steal these organs because yes, they need, they may need a kidney, a liver, a lung, or whatever. But then they also know that black organs are some of the best organs ever. Superb, because we have what is called melanin. We have high traces of melanin. The darker you are, basically, the better, because you have high traces of melanin, and melanin acts in so many ways to uh protect you health wise. You guys can look this up. I don't want to go into a full-fledged melanin, melanin teaching thing or whatever. But from my research, a lot of let me go to this next slide. This particular country, this particular post that you see here on your screen, this is an actual um, chemical lab that actually sell melanin. Now, the type of melanin that they sell, at least they say they sell, but you guys know that it's illegal, so they can't necessarily be honest about where they're getting it from. But they claim to get it from some kind of cuttlefish, whatever that means. I don't even know what that is. Um, but we all know that even in the what is it, the people weightlifting, the people who do all the weightlifting and stuff like that, like the professional weightlifters, when you see those white men, a lot of those white men, and they have like that dark tone to their skin. Some of them, they do tan, but many of them also take melanin shots. You can go to YouTube right now and find videos of them, many of them saying how they take melanin shots because melanin helps their skin pop. And this is why, black men who are brown and, all the way to dark brown, really, really dark color. This is why when they, when their muscles, when they're flexing their muscles, they look so good because you can really see that muscle. And so we know that they use it. They use melanin in beauty products. A lot of, if you look on most beauty products, especially the ones that are really expensive, they use melanin. They also can get melanin from the placenta of black people, childbirth. This is why when you have a child, any woman that has had a child, right after you have that child, they come in there and they get that placenta and they take it off and they say that they dispose of it. But I mean, really, come on. They're getting this melanin from somewhere. And there's a lot of melanin found in placenta. You guys can look that up as well. I mean, I know it sounds disgusting, but hey, when you're cutting somebody's body parts out of their body, that's disgusting as well. So there are people out here who are really targeting people who are, some of the weakest groups, the groups that they know that if they were to kill or come up missing, that in high numbers, that nothing is going to be done about it. And this is why we see so many black people who are coming up missing with their organs just cut out of them, missing, gone. Or they go to the coroner's office, and then when the body goes back to the family, the organs are gone. Our brother Kendrick, when the family received his body, his organs were gone. The family asked where the organs at, and the people who did the autopsy can't find them. They've never found this man's organs. They never found this child's organs. He was a child, to be honest, a teenager. They never found his organs ever. So we should not be afraid to ask questions. And even when they tell us something, you know, and it sounds like it may be, look, still press, still keep the pressure on. But I just wanted to, come to you guys and do this video because I thought it was very important. A lot of people don't know how serious it is. There are more black children. There are more black women. This is a fact. You guys can look this up. That come up missing. Black people in general, men, women, and children, more so children, well, more so women. Women are the highest on the list, and then black children as well, come up missing by the thousands every single year. Every year. Never to be found again. Never to be heard from again. And it's like, when we get to asking questions, it's like they try to play crazy, like they don't understand and know why. They know. They know why. They know that we are the group that is the least protected in society. Our children is the least protected. We are, I'm a black woman, we are the least protected. Our men are the least protected by laws because you have people who can shoot them dead, unarmed black men, any given day at any given time for any given reason and get off for it. We are the least protected group of people. So that's all I have for you guys. I thank you guys for tuning in, and I love you guys. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate you guys. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe and follow. Also, follow me on all of my social medias: Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Nikel Younglove. You guys do know that I am a business owner, and so I have products for hair, beard care, skincare, all organic and natural products. So make sure you guys check out CodeBlaque Curls.com and check out those products. Again, I thank you guys. I love you guys. You guys have a good one. Bye.